Hello everyone, you're welcome to BTV. I'm your anchor. My name is Bunmi Akinwande. On this episode, we're going to be visiting a school and listening to their transformative story. Come with me. The importance of formal education has evolved over the years, leading parents to view it as a pathway out of ignorance and a means to wealth creation and sustainability for their children. It is crucial for parents to invest their best efforts in educating their words. In Nigeria, the essential for quality formal education includes a robust curriculum, qualified teachers, a conducive learning environment, affordability, and flexible closing time to accommodate parents with late working hours. In this first episode of Stories of Businesses Transforming Africa, and visit a school and see how their story is transforming their community. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just
You're welcome to BTV, and this morning we are at distinctive landmark academy to interview the director.
It's a pleasure having you, ma. We're glad to tell our stories. My name is Dr. Adewa Michael Oriade.
We are glad to be here as well, and we are inspired by your story of your business transforming Ondo City, and we want to hear from you. What inspired you to start a business and how far you've come in the business?
Thank you very much for this interview session. Number one, quite very important, is the school started into different dimensions. Number one is it has a spiritual base and a physical base. The spiritual base can be traceable to as far back as 1990, when actually the vision was started. And that inspiration came as a result of a passion for excellence. And it is not far-fetched. It is taken from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 from verse 1 to 20, verse 1 to 14, which talks about, I wouldn't go to that much because it has a lot of details in it. It has to do with being better than who you are. So that shows that there is something better than the best. Why you see people that are among failures, there are always some people who have the most poor performances. And when you see those who are doing very well too, there are those who do better in that group too. So there's something better than excellence. There's something better than the best. And that is what the first thing that came to my personal inspiration, that we need something better than the best. That is how the name came about. Actually, the name of the school as at that time was not actually battered in the form of a school. It was battered in the form of the name of the child. But then I was married then. So I have in mind that the first child will be called Distinct. That is distinct. The second will be Landmark. And these are the names of the first and the second. I wouldn't go to the third. It's quite funny. Most used to say the third is academic. I used to laugh at such cases. Talking about doing better than the best. That's the way it came. Better than the best.
Okay.
And physical beds came as of 2022, 2008. As of 2008, it started in the form of an extra moral classes with the same passion for excellence. And I want to thank God for my wife, Favor. And there was no instance, there was nothing that I could do as a time because I was actually titled with what I was doing there. And I needed someone to come up with this physical betterment. So I have to tell her, you need to leave what you're doing there. We have to bring this together. So she took up that step and that started. Why we try to run all things together, making sure that all things are done perfectly. So why with that same fact that at a particular time the school was slow. So 2010 the decision was taken that the school must start. So the school started with the primary school. When the school started as a primary school, we both started the school. And luckily then, after about 2011, we were able to get a teacher that joined us. So we started teaching in that process. But with that same passion to make a distinctive landmark. That is the better of those two groups, a distinctive landmark. So something better than landmark, something better than just being different. So and that is the side of being excellent. So with that, we had this passion. But we had a target. Our target, don't forget what I say is the child, not we ourselves. So that target was that passion. So we needed to make sure that the children are our focus. I'm sorry to say, not even the parents at that time. So we started focusing on the children, making sure that they have the best. They are to showcase it when they get to their various homes. So the few we had, actually that came to us. When they get to their various homes, the testimony started coming up. The parents sees it. Then we moved from the children then to the parents. The testimony now followed up. The parents started propagating the school again. So most people as at that time, even up to date, do not know who or they that are behind the scene. We are so happy for that. Most people even know my name or know our names. And every child that has been to this school that is in this school presently now came as a result of that same fact that the child is doing very well and the parent sees it and tell the next parent. Our foundation from time being, you can hear what I say, is the word of God. Even up to the close of the school. And what gives us that passion for what we do is no far-fetched from the word of God. It says, see a man diligent in his business. He shall stand before kings and not mean men. That was one of the things. So when we look at this word I just picked up, you see that diligence is not something to be toyed with at all, no matter how long it is. The Bible also made us to know that do not despise the days of little beginnings. This is the result today. Patience has brought us this far. Why we have to use that same passion. Everyone who knows us with this passion for our work from the beginning up to date. And that is one. So it is not the financial aspect that is most important to us. We had little, but yet the little we had, we invested it. And when time comes, as it comes, we invest it. And thank God for what it is today.
It is God that has always been there. It's not easy, but through God and patience,
we know that this institution, we cannot do without people, and we have to manage people. We have different people. We studied them. I studied my parents. Everyone I studied. Then after we have studied, then we deal with them individually the way they are. That is, we manage them. We manage people.
What you want to tell me? Most cases that you actually go out of your way to please them, because there's this adage that says customers are always right. Because no matter what, I've never heard of cases of people withdrawing their children from your school. It has always been from one level of, let me say, glory to another. You've moved from maybe 10 students to 50, and now we can't even count how many students you have. I don't even want you to count and tell us, but then you've increased tremendously. There's something unique on how you also manage your staff from one year to the other.
Thank you very much. I will still say that it is good. Secondly, from the onset of the school, we have determined that this school is a ministry, and our target are the students, the pupils, not their parents, the pupils. So whatever will make the life of these ones be better, that is what we are looking at. We don't, at times, we adults, parents can misbehave. But at times we think we have had it in our mind that we zero our mind that whatever comes from this parent, we will look at the pupil, that this one, because of them, we will not misbehave. So that will make these children speak at the gate, like the way we used to say that they are going to make the simple grammar and speak at the gate. If we turn the whole thing to chaos and so on, we won't achieve what we want to. Don't forget, it is the vision of my husband which I found to play. I must not scatter it.
Wow, that's amazing and inspiring.
To know is, the patrons have said that clearly, that it is a ministry. And when we are talking about something being a ministry, it has an objective, it has aim. So what am I trying to say here is that our passion is channeled towards the child doing excellent. And if you look at what is happening in the society now, if that trend is followed, it shows that the rich will continue to be rich and the poor will be poor. But we know where we've come from. We know our business. That is one of the things that made me to know how to. It's certain that those who are down will come up. The school is made. This system is made for all categories of humans. The low, the middle class, and the high class. The school will not come to town that to be only meant for those who are at a high level. For life to remain at the low. Those who don't have schools, those who have, and those who are in between. Now, in managing other social activities or social things within the school system, in actual sense, if we look at the amount we spend on some of these things, it might be to a certain extent much, but at the same time, it is considerable that if I have a social event that has to do with myself and my own, will I tax people for it? I won't tax people for it. I don't want to get married. Will I tax people for it? I want to do a birthday. Will I tax people for it? Yet, do you know that people still tax people for such things? But if I want to do a wedding now, that's where you begin to send invitation out to people. I'm calling brother, calling sisters, calling uncle. I want to do my wedding. I want to do this just to get out from. Which shouldn't be so. When you have a tax, you should be up to doing that tax. So in that case now, I found out that if I can put these parents together and these children together, I should be able, or we should be able to do little in respect to that. If we calculate everything, started fail. It might be millions, it might be 100, depending on the situation on ground. So I don't think there's anything bad in that. In spending out of what you have for the people you have passion for. Because when they see that passion, all might not give a return, but I'm can be too sure of the fact. You said something that parents are saying it. So definitely those are the ones you want. If you do a wedding that you spent all your time on, or a birthday you spend all your time on, you kill cows. You know what? I don't speak much about it. They will still complain that the meat is small. They weren't the one who paid for the meat. Neither everybody went out. If you rented a very big hall, they will still complain. If you use a canopy, they will still complain. But what you should go for is a percentage. So I'm happy about the numbers of parents who are actually speaking about the school very well. They know this is what we do. So that time of the year we come together and we spend this little for them. I don't think it's much. So we don't value it as anything. So we only do at our discretion. We cut our coat according to our financial stand. If just what we thought about that aspect of the social welfare or social aspect of it. So we just find out that the school fees have been collected in the first, the second, and the third term, for example. So billing them will not help any situation. That is why the parents we want to have targets. I paid 50,000 for this. I expect this. But what you didn't pay, whatever you see, you accept. Here you see how people complaining. So that is what I've brought about this system where we want this. So which is okay for us, and we are so appreciative about it. Because parents will appreciate it. So,
Yeah.
our services are centered towards particularly education. That is education. The word education or education is a very vague word, and so it entails a lot of things. And that is why we have three aspects of the school, which most schools I don't think we do. Our values, we call it our values. There are three in number: academics, faith, and morals. So our educational centeredness surrounds these three values. Academics in the sense that we want to bring about children, or we brought about children who are academically sound, who will be able to meet up with the challenges of then, now, and future. Then, now, and future. We must be focused. Two, faith. We are not religious fanatics. No. We believe that faith or belief is a part of everything. The children must believe in themselves that they can do it. Parents must believe in the child that the child can be better. And the child must believe in the parent that they can. Now going back to coming to the school now, the child and the parent must believe in the school. And the school must believe in the children. That is what faith is. So the last aspect has to be moral. Morality is one fact that we must know. That is, what do I entail in terms of my attitude or character? I can be educationally sound. I can be faithful. But I may not have attitudes. And that is why we need to build this children. That is why you hear them, we tell them, greet your parents, tell your parents thank you when they pay your school fees, pray for them, greet others when you see them outside. We're trying to tell them that morally, these are things that are your characters that you need to put in. So that is one thing we must. So our focus is education. So that educational in everything that I just said that has to do with these three values. So when you see a child or you see a person, and if up to now, though most people are educationally sound, they don't have morals.
So what are the classes that you have in your school?
Our classes ranges from the creche to SSP. We have a strange class. That means it was special class. In secondary school it's called elementary classes. For those of us who schooled in the 80s, 70s, 80s, we call it the elementary classes. The elementary classes for those who have challenges in some academic subjects and we need to brush them up. So instead of 6 classes in secondary school, we have 7 classes in our school. So that explanation, I wouldn't want to say much about that.
Okay.
Because it just has to do with those who have academic challenges. So we'll put them to the classes. While also in the primary session, we have the normal classes ranging from the creche through the play group, KG, nursery, the primary class, that is basic classes. So these are the classes we run generally.
Your primary is up to what class?
Basic 6, that's primary 6.
Okay.
So it's up to the last class.
And what are the performances of the students in external examination?
Out of all sincerity, I made bold to say it. I wouldn't want to say it, but since this is an interview, I have to just say it. I've said something at the beginning that our targets are the children. So they are the ones to say, and the parents. So, for example, let me start from the secondary session down to the primary session. Presently now, we have a child in SS3 who just made 266 in January for the first time. So it's a good record. It might not be the best in Nigeria, but at least with our target and what we are following, we are so happy about that.
Yeah.
We have 266 and we have 255. And also, we've seen students also who have traveled out now presently. In the WAEC, we presently have at least 60% of the students passing excellently with A's and B's. The others are still in the ranges of 50%, which is okay. Now, coming down to the primary school, that I wouldn't want to say so much about because they've been quite excellent. If there would have been a better grading system like that of the secondary schools, then I would say I'm going to give them 100% for the primary. So they're doing very well.
What a wonderful story, and we're glad that you can tell your story today, and it's going to be an inspiration to a lot of youths out there who want to start a venture, you want to start a business that will transform Africa. I hope you're inspired and you're learning from the story, and you're going to go places with your businesses, and we want to hear from you in the nearest future. Thank you, parents yourself who have come all this years.
I want to appreciate every parent of the child or guardian in the school. They've been so wonderful because they believe in us. I've said that's one thing. They believe in us. That actually I can show. You don't bring your child to someone you don't believe in. And I want to thank God for that. They believe in us. That's what the children. The child. I think Big Auntie will appreciate them more better because they are the primary school students are our major focus. We have a reason because they are the foundation.
When this foundation is solid, the righteous will be happy. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share and check the caption